Hey guys! Okay, so today, if you haven't noticed, and if you're a podcast listener, which probably not, I've asked so many of the people who watch this that are relatives or friends of mine what medium they like to watch this through, and they say YouTube because I show pictures and stuff, which I honestly would prefer to do the same, unless I'm like going to sleep or like anything like that. Like driving, I would listen to it on Spotify. But anyways, yeah, like I was saying, if you can't see but you can hear, I'll describe it to you. Right now we're at a lake, or we're at like a little park, and this is like my favorite park by my college. It's just so nice. It's kind of windy though. I don't think the mic will pick it up because it's a pretty good mic, but I think we'll be good. Anyways, I'm really excited because last time I tried to do this in my car and it was kind of but we'll see. Okay. So, if you're wondering what soliloquy means, it's an act of speaking one's thoughts aloud by oneself or regardless of any hearers, especially by a character in a play. This isn't a play, but it's a podcast, and that's the name I chose. So, yeah. Update on my life. Almost cried today in sculpture. It was so humbling. My professor kind of takes long to explain some stuff. Or maybe some people think it's a normal amount of time, but I get kind of impatient, and that's something I've been praying for. Patience, but God's going to give you opportunities to be patient, and that's how you gain patience and stuff like that. And so today I made a mistake while he was talking. He's fine with this, but while he was talking, I was doing one of the things he showed us to do yesterday, because I was like, come on. Like his pauses are too long. That's one of my pet peeves, when someone's telling me a story or trying to tell me something and then they stop talking, so you think they're done, and then like 30 seconds later or 15 seconds later, just like a too much, not a short enough amount of time later and too long of a time later, they start talking again, like picking back up where they were. And then I'm like I thought you were done talking. So I'm like, my brain's somewhere else. And so when you keep taking pauses and then starting to speak again, I'm like, I'm tired, I'm bored, and I'm on to the next thing. So that's what I was doing. I was on to the next thing, and I started doing this hammering thing today. Oh shoot, it's in my car. Okay, well, here's a picture. Almost choked on my spit. Here's a picture. We got copper, and it was like thin sheets of copper, and we were designing them, and some girls were doing, just girls in my class, some girls were doing jewelry, some girls were doing keychains, some girls were doing really cool bookmarks. That one was a cute idea. I liked a lot. But I did one of these things where it's like you put it in your car, and it like hangs on your rear view mirror. And I really liked it. I stapled. Okay, so anyways, back to my story. I'll explain what the whole design I did later, but my story of how I almost cried. I was hammering into this like tool, this really expensive $300 tool. I didn't know it was that expensive, but I knew it was expensive. But I also thought I knew how to use it since he taught us the previous day. But I started hammering it. I think it's steel or iron or something that you hammer to get cut out a circle in your copper. And I used a regular hammer to hit the top of it. The little cylinder piece thing that you put it in to cut it out, it was upside down. So the part that cuts the copper, I damaged it a little bit. And second, I used a real hammer. You're supposed to use like a wooden mallet, just like not metal and metal, not steel and steel, or something like that. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that from the previous day, but it just didn't register in my head. I just knew we had to hammer it. That's the only thing I remembered. And I was getting impatient, so I just rushed, which that was my mistake. But right as I was like hammering it, because he was doing the demonstration at the table, and it was one of his like pauses or like his like murmur moments where he's like, and then you don't need to do this, and then you do that. Where I'm like, I can't hear. One, I have a hearing problem. Two, I'm just not paying attention. So then I start hammering, and he goes, oh no, and I'm like, I look up and I'm like, oh shit, that's embarrassing. Like, what did I do? Sorry, I thought it was a person. It was a bird. And he was like. And then he walked over to me, kind of rushed. He was like, first of all, don't do this. This is metal on metal or something like that. And then he also was kind of like, like nervously laughing because I don't mess up on all this stuff. And me and him, we're not like tight, like close, but we're cool. Like he's a really cool teacher. Like we call him by his first name. We call a lot of the professors at my college by first name. That's what they prefer. So I just kind of do that to majority of my professors if they like acknowledge it or like don't act weird when I do it. Or honestly, just him. He's like a first name type of guy. I even asked him, I was like, do you prefer anything? And he was like, nah, just keep calling me what you've been calling me. And so anyways, we were on good terms. So like he was trying not to make me feel uncomfortable by like outing me and like getting me in trouble in front of everybody. But he still had to acknowledge the fact that I was like damaging a tool that we really like. We only have one of. And then he tried opening it and like I damaged something. And then he told me, he was like, this is a $300 tool, so like we got to be really careful, guys. And then I was like, oh shoot, like I was like, I said sorry. I was like, oh, that's my bad, like I didn't know. Wait, did I say sorry? I showed that I was sorry, you could tell. And I was also very embarrassed, like I just felt so ashamed. I was like, I knew this too. Once he told me, he was like, no metal on metal, I was like, you literally told us yesterday. Now, and he hates people, or he really dislikes when people don't pay attention and don't listen. Oh, that's what I was doing. But I thought I already knew. I thought I had listened already enough. And the stuff he was demonstrating at the table, it was stuff I didn't need to know. And I was paying attention yesterday. It just got mixed up, and it was my mistake. And so while we moved on to something else, it was just kind of like awkward in the room, or at least to me, the person who was embarrassed. And so I literally almost started crying. And I was like, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. So humiliating! So humiliating. But then I avoided eye contact with him for like an hour, and then I felt better. But that was just weird because his class is so fun, and I love talking to him and like all my classmates. And today was just like sad and like quiet for me because I was like embarrassed. Anyways, I think I ended up making this, which I showed you earlier. But we enamelated. I think it's enameled some copper. Oh, the sun's moving away. I kind of liked where it was. And it was really fun, really cute, and that's what I made. What else did I make recently? We did hand sculptures where we put our hand in a alginate, that's what it's called, and then you pour plaster into the alginate, and then you pull the plaster out, or you pull everything out, take the alginate off the plaster, and it's your hand mold. I was holding a candle, and it turned out bad. I don't think I have a picture. If I do, it's probably horrible. I did not want to take a picture of it. I made 2 actually because I messed up on the first one, but they're just bad. And then I was like, I need to make a 3rd one because I want this so bad. And he was like, well, honestly, like, do you want 3 hands in your room? Like 3 random plaster hands in your room? It's kind of creepy, don't you think? And I was like, you know what? I don't even think I'm going to use these in my room since they're so ugly. We'll see what I do with them. Because they're candle holders, but the candle's like tilted since I'm holding it at a weird angle. And so the wax is going to drip. The candle's not going to be cute. So I was like, shoot, you're right. Why am I wasting my time on this? Anyways, let's get to answering questions from last week's episode. I got a question on YouTube. Hello, where did you get the cardigan poster? I kind of acknowledged this in my first episode where I talked about how I print posters that I get, like pictures from Pinterest, from whatever size I want at Staples or Office Depot. That's what I do, and I like it a lot. So I didn't order it from anywhere, or I guess I did, but I just like, you could print any picture you want. You could print a picture of your butt, or like I don't know, anything you want, and they'll print it. And it's really cheap too. It's like 20 cents per paper, I think, per piece of paper, and then you can put multiple pictures on one paper, so it's like cheaper. And yeah. Anyways, I finished 4th Wing end of December of 2023, last year. What was that, a week ago? A little bit more than a week ago. And now I'm on Iron Flame. I'm like, ooh, sorry, I had to wipe my nose. I'm on like page 45, 46, and I'm going to try to say this without spoiling, but no, I really can't spoil. It's just going slower. It's getting harder to read Iron Flame. Like, I'm interested, but I guess since I'm occupying myself with more hobbies during the day, I'm not into it as I am 4th Wing. But that's the thing. 4th Wing, it didn't have a slow start, but it was like more intriguing. Like, you didn't know, you were like, wait, I want to know more about Violet. She's the main character. I want to know more about the enemies to lovers. I want to get to there. But now that you know enough, now that you know what happened in 4th Wing and you're getting into Iron Flame, it's like, oh, I understand the cliffhanger on 4th Wing, and so now you're past all that's like, it's like that cliffhanger understanding high, and now I'm like, man. But anyways, I also am trying to study back up on my medical assisting material so that I can apply to be a medical assistant in the summer, so I can get some hours, some experience, and I need some money for college. I need some income. Yeah. So I've also been busy with scholarships too. Get on those scholarships, guys. Get on those scholarships. They're kind of hard to find, and that's why it's kind of taking me a little bit. I did some in winter break, but still, not enough. I need more. So yeah, I just been, and then in class, of course, and then working out. Oh yeah, working out. Also, in my last episode, I said that my workout routine was legs, arms, cardio, legs, arms, cardio. I remember how I said that I had to re-record that episode, so everything was just kind of like bleh in the second one, but I still posted it because I was like, I'm gonna post this. What I meant to say was legs, arm, cardio, break, like rest day, and then repeat. So today's arm day. I actually should be going to the gym right now, but I was like in the mood to talk. I was in the mood to talk, guys. I was in the mood to talk to you. I hope you're in the mood to listen and watch, because there's some funny stuff. Oh, my ribbon on my water bottle almost fell off. You know what? I'm gonna put my ribbon on my mic. Never mind. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna put it under my computer. I don't want it to fly away. It was falling off my Stanley, and it's the same color as my Stanley. I love putting ribbons on everything. In my dorm room, there's ribbons on everything. Anyways, yeah, Golden Globes were earlier this week. But we'll get into that later. Don't worry. Oh my gosh. So I was talking to my dad about like, hey, what can I talk about on my podcast? And he was like, do some movie reviews, album reviews. And I was like, yeah, but I haven't gone to the movies recently. I will do a review on Mean Girls the musical. I'm really excited about it since Christopher Briney's in it, the guy who played Conrad in The Summer I Turned Pretty. And plus Mean Girls is so funny. Like, who's not excited to see it? I already got tickets with my best friend Ryan. We're gonna go see it Friday night. I was so excited. Anyways, and he was just giving me recommendations, and he was like, I told him, I was like, all the ideas he was giving me, I was like, I kind of already had those ideas, just not really planned. Like, I need this in order to execute that idea, and I need this in order to do that idea. And then maybe I even need a person, and I don't have a second mic because they're $60. I can do Zooms, but I just don't know how to manage all that. I feel like it would take really long to edit, make sure everybody has a good enough microphone. I don't know. Plus, what would we talk about? I don't know. I'm just getting into this stuff, so we'll see. If you're interested, let me know, because I think that would also be really fun. But anyways, I told him how I wanted to do like personal story times. There's just something funny. And he was like, you know what? Yeah. So then I was thinking of something. I remembered this one time, me and my brother, I have an older brother. I have two older brothers, but my second, the one that's closer in age to me, what age were we? We were like 12 and, no. We were like 11 and 12 or 10 and 12. I was younger. And so one day, so we like to play fight a lot, or we did, or like, it was really just him bothering me. You know, that big brother, like, like always on you, just always punching. Get off, first of all. Second of all, but if he sees this, or if I bring it up to him in person, he's gonna be like, yeah, but like I toughened you up. I guess I know how to deal with boys being annoying now, or men being annoying, or like, I don't know. I'm pretty comfortable around men. Like, I'll give them my opinion freely, more than I will with girls. But I also don't think I can, be in a fight and win. Like, I need to take some boxing classes for that or something. But yeah, anyways, so he was choking me. Way to jump. But he wasn't actually choking me, guys, but I was weird, like, there was nothing against the wall. We were like moving furniture in and out of the house for some reason, and so the wall was empty, and I think we were play fighting, and then he pushed me up the wall, and he was like, he had his arms on my neck, and I like, he was like pretending, he was like as if I was, okay, this is really weird for people who like do not have this type of relationship with their siblings. But then I was like, in my head I was like, I'm gonna pull a prank on him, I'm gonna scare him, I'm gonna pretend I'm choking and see what he does. And so what I did, I was like and then he took his hands off my neck, and I was still going like and I was like, call mom. Or wait, did I say call mom? I was like pointing to the phone like, call mom, and his hands weren't even on me. I was fine. But since we were young, and he was like just freaking out because he thought I was actually hurt, and there was nobody home but us two, he was like, okay, Bea, you're scaring me. And then he went to go grab the phone. And then I started laughing, and he was like, bruh. But I like, just thinking back, like hearing this story, I'm like, I feel like I wouldn't tell people this story in person unless they knew they could relate, or like had that type of sibling relationship. Because I feel like everybody has that story where like a sibling was chasing around their other sibling with a knife. Is that normal? I've seen stuff like that on TikTok. Anyways, I'm alone at this park right now, so I'm kind of scared because a creepy car just pulled up. But there's a bunch of other cars, and I saw a family over here, and I'm a pretty loud screamer. I can scream pretty loud. Okay, I'm gonna next topic. Name pronunciation. Okay, so I go by Bea, but my name is Elisa Bea, spelled like Alyssa Bella. And so in school, that was this is how it's spelled, and this is what people would say: Elizabeth, or Elizabella, or yeah, really, Elizabeth was the one that really shocked me, or Isabella, or Isabel. What the hell? What? Elisabella. I get Elisa Bella. Like, I get that. Elisa maybe, even though I don't really know anyone that spelled Elisa with an E that goes by Alyssa. It's Elisa, If it's Alyssa, there's an A. Like, I just don't understand how people mess that one up so hard. Like, Elizabeth? Where's the T and the H? What? It ends with an A. And so let me just give you some story times. So one time, okay, there's some good story times and some that make me kind of angry. But in 8th grade, I was in algebra, and the class was filled with people who now I'm actually, am I friends with any of them still? Okay, in high school, I was cool with a lot of them. Like, once I realized I don't care. But in 8th grade, I was impressionable. I was, like, insecure, all this stuff. Like, I just wanted to be like everybody else, regular preteen girl stuff. And so the teacher, called roll. It was a sub, actually. And when she said it wrong, before I had the chance to say anything, the entire class, majority of the class was like, it's pronounced Elisa Bea. That's so sweet. I remember being so like, guys, you care about me. Guys, you know me. You know me, because in elementary school, everybody called me Elisa Bea. Because I was too young to be like, I go by this. And then in high school, I started going by Elisa. Because it's easier. I was like, I don't care. Just call me the white one. Call me the white one. Call me the one that everybody can pronounce. Even though they still messed up Elisa. Gosh, these people, like, you upset me. You really upset me. And I don't really think people who have easy names to understand, like Abby or... Hold on, I'm trying to think of names that are easy to pronounce that people, like, don't know, so they don't get offended. Even though it's not offensive. Like, your name's easy to pronounce. It's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just a thing. But, like, Sarah... Cody, Sean, like, everybody knows how to pronounce those. And so mine is just annoying. If you have a hard to pronounce name, or just like name that's not even hard to pronounce, just like people mess it up a lot, or it's spelled kind of differently than usual, or a like cultured, is cultured the right word? A name that's like specific to your language. So Elisa Bea, the 2 L's, what letter is that in Spanish? It's called like ella. Spanish, I'm looking it up right now. Ella. It sounds like the letter Y, pretty much. The way I tell people is like tortilla. It's not tortilla. It's tortilla, because there's 2 L's. There's no Y in it. Why do you think you say tortilla? It's because there's 2 L's. People also might not know that because they don't spell it every time they think of it, but they just know that's what it is. And so same with my name, Bea. The 2 L's make a Y because it's a Spanish name. And so, like, if you have a name that pertains to your specific culture, race, ethnicity, whatever, you know what I mean. I can get how those can get confused more often, because it's not like regular English. If it was regular English, it would be like Bella, or even Italian people, Bella, Anyways, this one made me mad. This was this past year, senior year. I was in this medical class, and the entire class of girls, or not the entire, but like 3 girls and 1 girl who I grew up with. We live across the street from each other still, like our families, and we went to the same preschool. We didn't go to the same school until middle school, I think. But she knew who I was. Girl, the school wasn't that big, and we literally interacted. But anyways, just trying to say that she knows who I am. She knows what people call me. Girl calls me Elise. Who the hell is Elise? You want to tell me who Elise is? Because Elise is spelled like Elise. My name is Elisa Bea. Or by short, I'll let you call me Elisa if you can't pronounce the name like you should. Elise. And I honestly think it was a demeaning thing. But I never corrected her because, like, I'm not going to see you in a few months. I don't care what you call me. And so I kind of got a little like, you know what? That makes me feel a little better, like, knowing I'm never going to see them again. it kind of stopped my caring. But looking back and thinking about if people were to continue doing that, or just understanding how she did it in kind of a demeaning way because she knew how to pronounce my name. Elise? Huh? Girl. Mm-mm. Plus she was just mean and immature and just one of them. This is my opinion. She probably was a cool friend to everybody else, and sometimes she could actually be really sweet. But that class, everybody pissed me off, gotta be honest. Everybody made me mad. It's kind of easy to make me mad whenever I don't really have one friend in that class that's like a friend. Plus, that class was just annoying. I learned so much, and the material is great. I still study the material. It's getting me to where I need to go in my next steps of life. I would never regret that class or the people that were put in that class with me, because it's for a reason. Like, maybe she called me Elise for a reason, so I can know how to deal with it in future situations where people call me Elise, and then I'll have the courage to actually correct them, because that one was, or just not, and be fine with it, because I know I'm never going to have to actually care and speak to them. But anyways, if you're watching and you're confused how to pronounce my name, even though I just say my name's Bea. If you're like, how does she spell that? It's spelled Bella, but yeah. Yeah. But it's great. It's really cute, because when I started my freshman year of high school, everyone from my elementary school was the same zoning for the high school. It was different for middle school, so we were kind of split up, and then I switched middle school, so it was kind of weird. But some people still remembered me by my full name, even though I went by Elisa my freshman year of high school. And I remember 2 boys. I was walking out of the athletic area back into the parking lot near the front of the school, or near the school area. And they were like, "Hey, Lisa Bea." You can call me that. Do it again. I dare you. It was flattering. I was like, wait, you know how to say my name? That's cute. Oh my gosh. Okay. This one's kind of personal, because... Okay, I'm going to share this one. This is my last name story time. So, in my cross-country team in high school, the coach called me Elisa Bea, and even for one time we did, like, fun facts about us. Even though our cross-country team was huge, my fun fact, I was like, I had brothers who were on the team previously. They're graduated and everything, but yeah, that's cool. And then the coach interrupted everybody, and he was like, by the way, her name's Elisa Bea. Isn't that such a cool name? Anyways, yeah, continue. That was really sweet. I have a lot of bad and good memories with that coach. But that was one of the good ones. But anyways, so everybody knew how to pronounce my name if they paid attention or cared, or just remembered. Like, because sometimes I forget too. I understand that. But sometimes when people like forget, I'm like, girl, you hear the coach say my name every day. Can you be a little self-aware, or just like not even self-aware, just mindful? Also, I take offense to a lot of things concerning my name. Obviously, if you couldn't tell by my previous stories. But back to the story right now. One time, I was walking to practice after school. I went to my car, got my stuff so we can go to the locker room and change and get to the track. And one of my friends, her and her brother were driving the same car at the time. And her brother was already on the track, I guess. And so... But the car was locked, and her stuff was in their car that they were sharing. And so she couldn't change and get to practice. And so I was like, are you okay? Is everything okay? And she was like, blank, that's her brother's name, blank, it has the keys and the car is locked and he's not answering his phone. And I was like, well, I'm about to go out there. Do you want me to go tell him? Keep in mind, I had a little bitty crush on this guy at this time. Was it little bitty? I don't remember what month it was. I think it was like the beginning of it, where I was like, wait, why is he kind of cute? So I was like excited to go have a chance to like talk to him, because he was a grade above me, and we weren't really friends. We were just like teammates. And she was like, yes, please. And so I was like, yes, freaking go. And my friend was with me at the time. Not the one I'm talking about, not the sister of the guy, but just a friend that was with me getting her clothes as well. She was like, you're about to talk to him. And I was like, I know. Breathe. I guess we were, you know what? I had already changed, and I was putting my stuff back in the car. So I was already changed, and so I just went straight to the field with my friend. And I go up to him, I'm like, hey, blank, your sister, she says the car's unlocked and her clothes are in it. I just wanted to let you know, because she's waiting for you. And he was like, oh shoot, and he checked his phone, or I was like, she's been texting you. I don't know if you were getting her calls. And he was like, oh shoot, yeah, thanks. And I was like, yeah. And so then I go to either take off my shoes, I do something like get water, put my stuff down, and then I'm trying to figure out how to stage this without getting up, and to also, for people who are only listening, can imagine this. But imagine me, like, I kneel down to put my stuff down, and so I get up, and then apparently his stuff happened to be right directly in front of me, and so he kneels down kind of in front of me to get his stuff, and then he looks up at me, and we make eye contact, and he goes, "Thank you, Elisa Bea." Boom! What? It was so, the way he said it was so seductive. I don't know if that was just me, like, being delusional, but I was like, why did he say it like that? And so I was like, "You're welcome." Boy. Here's a little, either a video or a picture of me, when I reacted to it. And then he's like, "Thank you, Elisa Bea." Hopefully y'all can hear that. The way he said it was so if it's a picture, I'm just gonna cut this out. But anyways, I remember freaking out and being like my knees your knees are about to give out. That kind of like, oh my gosh, I really have a crush on this guy. I think that was one of the like main things that made me like, oh, that was cute. Like, that was hot. Like, why did he say my name like that? And then, of course, like I said, I think it's attractive when guys say my name right, because it's like, one, considerate. They're saying my name right. They're going out of their way, because apparently it is hard, even though it's not. And I know people like women who like, or girls who know who the guy was, like they've heard the story. I know it's the bare minimum. I know, but it's something that I like. Anyways, the next topic I wanted to hit was seeing people from high school's workout progress. That it's like unsolicited. Like, you're in their gym progress private story. Did I join it? Because I'm specifically remembering or thinking of one situation, or like this one situation when I saw this guy's gym progress on Snapchat story. On a Snapchat story, I was like, this is what prompted me to want to talk about this in the podcast today. But it could either be like a friend that you used to be friends with, or like an old friend, or someone you just happen to know and you have them on social media, and then you see their like bulk or cut progress, and it's like, why? Okay, there's two situations. The one guy that made me think of this, and I was kind of like, why am I seeing this, was one of the like most irritating men you could ever think of. And then, why did I like it? Anyways, it's not the body or like his progress that I'm like, it's not that good. Like, he's doing good, like, go you. But it's the fact that I'm seeing him shirtless. It's just like, I didn't want to see that. Why am I in the story? Wait, was it public? Because I'm over here being like, why am I in this private story when I could literally leave it? Okay, I'm gonna go back and take myself out if it's a private story, but I think it's public. But I don't want to unadd him, you know? But it's also not that serious. I probably will. But the next guy, or just like guy that I saw gym progress. I don't know if this is anybody else, but when I see people, especially men, who are doing better than me, athletically, physically, mentally, anythingly, I get really jealous, and then I try to do better. Like, I'm like, okay, I need to do better, because in comparison to him, I should not be looking this bad. Even though I don't. I like the way, like, I think I'm working as good as I should be right now. And I think my progress is really great. But when I see that progress, that's even, oh my gosh, I'm like talking too fast and not swallowing my spit. But when I see his even greater progress, do better, Bea. Do better. So then I go to the gym and I work harder, which it's good motivation, but it's also like, I shouldn't be comparing myself to these people, you know? They don't matter. They're not thinking about me. But yeah, that's where I find a lot of my motivation, especially when I like the guy, or I used to like the guy, or I'm like, okay, if like is anywhere in the terms of that relationship between me and them, gonna like on the verge of liking, like miniature crush, or liking, I'm in the moment, or it didn't work out and now it's like I still see his gym progress online and I'm like, damn, he should not be doing better than me. He should not. I should be doing better than him. Anyways, how do y'all feel about that? Seeing people's workout progress, it's like, do you need to make that public? But also, thank you for making that public. But also, stop making. It's like, it's different for each person. But anyways, I'll just unadd them. Like, at this point, it's my fault. Okay. Oh, I want to talk about this. Being social and liking it as an introvert. This past few weeks, I've been more introverted and like going out of my, especially with the start of this Jan term thing I've been doing, where I have to be at school and not the whole entire class, or like when not the whole entire class population or like college population is there taking classes, because it's just like a winter whatever and not everyone's required to do it. I've been sitting alone at lunch, and I've been like really enjoying the time I get alone in my room since I have a roommate. Not that it has to do with the roommate in any case, but for me, I just like being alone. That's why when I do this alone, that's why I haven't told a lot of people about this podcast, because I like being me and not having to worry about other people's opinions. But last night I was forced, and I enjoyed it, but I was forced to go to this event, or I was required, that's a better word. I was required to go to this event that my hall council was hosting, because I'm a part of it, and it was a game night, and I was like, I have to rush my workout, because yesterday was a leg day. I was like, I have to rush my workout, then I have to shower, then I have to go eat dinner, then I have to be there for an hour, then I have to go to bed, and I want to read Iron Flame. So there's just a lot, and I don't like being rushed. Like, let me work out on my schedule. Like, especially with this whole gender thing, I'm able to do all the things I want to do, and so the one day where I'm rushed, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna enjoy this, and then I end up doing it. That happens with like everything that I don't want to do. And so last night I really enjoyed the event. It was a little game. I think it was Scatterbrain something. Anyways, I get pretty competitive, especially when, I don't know, last night I was winning a lot. I almost won the first game I played, and then the second one I wasn't necessarily winning because a lot of the people who I was playing with were really good at coming with ideas. But I was like impressed with I hadn't played the game before, and it's the game where it gives you a letter, and then it gives you multiple topics, and then you have to come up with like words or titles or things that start with the letter that you're given, and they have to do with the objective. So like things found in a zoo, and starts with the letter W. I put water. This other girl put wombat, and this other guy put wombat. And if you put the same word, then it doesn't count. And nobody else put water, because like, duh, there's water, but like people think of animals and stuff. So that game was fun. And then I ended up enjoying it because the people who, like, even though they're my friends, I have been avoiding them because I'm like, I'd rather be alone. Even though you're my friends, I like me time. And so last night I was kind of forced to not have me time. I was forced to be social, and I loved it. Now, there's people who are my friends that I just also, I don't know, I just don't see those friends a lot. And so to get to spend time with them, it was nice. But I still am not going to go back and be like, okay, now I'm going to start being social. Like, I'm introverted, and I hang around or don't hang around specific people for a reason. Okay, I gotta hurry this up. Okay, next. The right way to share God's love. I saw this TikTok the other day by, what's her name? Gabby? She has a podcast called She Speaks with Gabby. So good. It's another one of my inspirations for this podcast. She talks about more like spirituality, things like that. That's what her podcast is centered around. And so she talked on her TikTok about how sometimes it's not like telling someone like, you need to get in your word, you need to do this, or like being like constantly just talking about like, I don't know, it's not always you need to feel your convictions, and you need to repent. You need to get in your word so you can study the Bible and know the history of God, or something like that. Sometimes it's just showing love. It's just loving someone and them knowing that you're Christian and knowing what you get that love from. It's just being you and showing the light of God through you. And so sometimes it's hard for me because I'm not always the preppiest person, not always the happiest person, but I think that's kind of authentic in a way. I think when people see me or someone who is wanting to pursue the relationship with God and wanting to avoid the things that lead them into sin and that separate them from God, and you could see that they're avoiding parties, they're avoiding the things that are of the world, but they're also not, you should feel convicted, and they're not always making you feel guilty just because you're not at the same pace they are with your relationship with God. And so I really liked it because right now I've been feeling kind of guilty, but I think that's really the devil making me feel guilty for like not always being like, guys love God, God. One part of me is being like, well, I should be telling people the word of God. I should be spreading this. Like, yes, people need to hear that. People need to, like, yes, it's only good. I want to see them when we all get to heaven one day. I don't want to, that's another thing. It's like when that day comes and it's like, oh, wow. Or it's like, someone dies and you're like, I don't know if they're going to, pretty serious topic, but I don't know if they're going to go to hell or not. Like, I want my friends and people I love and I don't want anybody to go to hell, But sometimes it's not that easy. It's really not something I can just easily control like that. And so the way I think is really good, especially for our generation, with people who are so hesitant of wanting to pursue that relationship with God, or just so hesitant of Christianity. I think the best way to do it is just show them by being I don't know, just like being kind, being present, being understanding, being, what's the word, not so like, it's kind of like that thing where it's like, it's not the things that I've gained from becoming Christian and wanting to pursue my relationship with God, but it's the things that I've lost. I'm not drowning in depression. I'm not constantly what's the word? Delve. That's where you get into something. I'm not constantly getting into sin. I'm not constantly letting myself bend to temptation. It's not as easy anymore because God has made it possible for me to avoid those things. It's like not the things that I've gained, but it's the things that I've lost. It's also things that I've gained. I've gained so many relationships that God had put in my life that I've prayed for and allowed. Even though whether or not I have allowed it, he'll still put them there. Like God does everything for a reason. So yeah, I think that's just a really cool way to see it. There's more than one way to share the love of God. And I think it's also put a comfort on my heart. And I've also prayed for this. It's like, God, why am I feeling guilty about sharing your word? Like, I'm doing the best I can. And I'm going to try better. I'm going to try harder. But I think God's been like, calm down. You shouldn't be feeling this guilt just because you want to share the love that I give to the world, you know? But I'm also not perfect. So it's not always going to be like, I'm not always going to be the perfect little Christian girl. Because there's sometimes when I see people who are like trying harder than me, or it just appears, even though I know it's not easy for everybody, it appears easy for them, for their like, it's like, why is everything coming so easy to you? It's because I pray. Oh, well, I pray too, you know? It's because I read the Bible. Well, I try to read the Bible, but it's hard sometimes, you know? So, I think God is like, you're good where you are. Don't give up. But, I don't know. That's just something I wanted to talk about because it's been on my heart a lot. Next topic, Percy Jackson series. Opinions. I'm going to keep this short because I got to wrap this up. But, pretty good. One thing that's kind of weird to me, because my only knowledge of the series is the movies. Damn, that guy's still sitting there. Please go away. But they're young. But I know that's book accurate. That's my only... Anyways. Also, the episodes are so short. That's another opinion of mine. But they're good. I like it. And I know that boy's going to cook right. He's going to cook right. When he's older, he's going to be a handsome little man. It's like, I feel like my predictions on that for anybody, I'm like, you know what? They're going to cook right. They're going to look real good when they're older. Or the opposite. I'm like, oh, yeah. They're going to get a beer gut. And they're going to go bald. Maybe some people are into that. They're still going to find love. But I'm just saying, I know when they're going to cook right and when they're going to cook. Maybe they're going to burn. Maybe they're going to be undercooked. Anyways. Golden Globes. Okay. We're going to transition to my car because I'm getting uncomfortable. Okay, we're back. And change of scenery. I had to move places because I was getting kind of uncomfortable. There was a guy at the park. He wasn't that close, but he was too close for comfort. So now we're at my college campus. I'm in a weird parking lot. I'm by the athletic center. And so there's athletic people around me. But I don't think they're looking at me. I don't think they're concerned with me. Anyways, the next topic was Golden Globe top looks. Let's get into it. Okay, so top look number 1, Elizabeth Olsen. Presented, you can see right here if you're a YouTube viewer. I just love this. I love this so much. The white. First of all, you like, some people just look good in white. Like, I feel like white, you know, it looks okay on everyone. Like, it's like not a bad. You never look bad, but unless your makeup's wrong or like the dress is just like flat out ugly. But this dress, holy moly, I love it. Like the little how the bodice ends under, it's like under the boobs, and then it cuts. It's like, it looks like a corset, and then just the flower lacy material. There's this little weird kind of like spot around her knees where it's just like white, and then it kind of goes into a train. But I think it looks good. I think if it was just the like white corset with the lace for the legs, I think it would look kind of weird. But I'm really glad, because sometimes people do like see-through looks and it looks kind of like raunchy. It's like, girl, this is the Golden Globes and you're over here looking raunchy. She wears lace right. Like, this is like, it's the Golden Globes and I'm wearing lace and I look good. It's not the Golden Globes and I'm wearing lace and I look bad. Okay, next, of course, Guys, guess who I'm gonna talk? Taylor Swift. Yep. Taylor Swift. Yep. I love this little metallic, shiny green. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen her in green in so long. She looks so good. And her hair's kind of been the same for like a lot of events, but for a good reason. I mean, look at her. She looks great. The lip color goes great with her hair color and her dress. Jewelry. I've noticed she's done more silver jewelry, but gold and silver both look good on her. So no protest from me. The cut's kind of weird, but I don't think like maybe a slit would be kind of cool, but I think the dress is like perfect the way it is. The cut, oh my gosh, kind of TMI, but her boobs are great. They're sitting so nicely. I think the dress just does her so good. Next, I saw this TikTok where someone was like, using these sounds, and like it's like this. How do I describe this? It's a TikTok where this guy was like, these sounds represent these dresses, or like these fits from the Golden Globe, and they put like a mean one for Jennifer Lopez, like meaning that it's bad. What? She looks great. Look at this with the rose petals as like this huge, like on her arms, and oh my gosh, the cut on the top of her dress, around her chest, just so flattering. The pink color with her dirty blonde, brownish. I don't even know what kind of color that is. Some people are gonna be like, that's brown, and so many other people are gonna be like, that's obviously blonde. So I'm just gonna say blonde, brown, dirty. It's the color, it just, and her skin and the lip color. So many people do maybe Elizabeth Olsen's lip color was a bit bright for the white, but I think it looks good with her hair and the contrast with her hair and her eye color. And so yeah, Jennifer Lopez it's like perfect little blushy lip with her cute little dress, and I think that just the shape's so cool, and how it tightens around the knees and then loosens around the ankles, like kind of like mermaid style. I think it doesn't look cheap. It just looks so elegant and beautiful. Next, Hunter Schafer. Looking from this picture, it looks kind of bad, but there's like so many videos I've seen on TikTok where it's like flowing. If I have a video, I can show it here. But it's just so beautiful, flowing in the wind. And then you see like with the actual bodice of like the solid colored material underneath all the not lace, what do you call this, mesh, I don't know what it's called, but it's just so like ethereal. Hey guys, bonus word, ethereal. Next, Heidi Klum. Heidi Klum always looks good. I mean, just look at her. The dress is really nice. It's not boring, but I just don't really know what to say. I think the cut, what do you call that kind of cut? Where it's like lower on the waist, like around the hip area, and then it goes into the dress, like flare. I really like that. The slit's kind of bothering me, but I also think it's essential for this kind of dress. She just looks good. It's not like, and I feel like I would wear this dress, but it's just not as like, yes, as the other ones. But it is a good dress, and that's why it's one of my top looks. Jennifer Lawrence. Okay, now I know off a first look, I'm gonna look there. Off a first look, this dress can kind of look boring, but with the jewelry and the little satchel, satchel the right word? This like wallet type of thing she has going on. And her hair, oh my gosh, have y'all seen the interviews with her hair? But just something about like around the chest area, how it gets kind of wide, and there's like excess fabric between the arm and her body. Yeah, I really like it. And then the deep V cut, it's like not showing too much. It's not even showing really anything. It's just like the V cut's there, and it's so flattering and elegant, and the length of the dress is perfect. And I just think her blue eyes with the perfect, okay, everyone's wearing really good lip colors, which sometimes maybe, well, these are also my top looks. I'm not showing the bad ones. So there might be some people who had bad lip colors with like just bad contrast with their clothes and their hair and stuff. But it just looks so good with the dress. Last and not least, Emma Stone. This one didn't really catch my eye during the video when I saw like the videos of the Golden Globes, but looking back through like and picking my choices for my top looks, this one definitely stood out to me. She just looks so good with the little flowers. It reminds me of the Grammy dress Taylor Swift wore. It's not the exact thing, and it might not even be inspired by it, but the whole flower design thing reminds me of it a lot. Oh! Okay, I just put all this together. Maybe people purposely put the flowers on their dresses and like try to incorporate that design and idea into their outfits, because look at the background. It's all roses. And Emma Stone's not the only one to incorporate flowers into her look. So is Jennifer Lopez, and if I'm looking at Elizabeth Olsen's lace fabric correctly, that looks like flowers as well. Wow, I haven't seen anything about that though, so maybe if I see a video essay of people, if like someone who's actually educated and researches and knows what they're talking about when it comes to dress design and things like that, and clothing and materials and all those things, they can hit on that. But wow, yeah, I just put 2 and 2 together about the whole flower thing. What? How did I not notice this? I love flowers. I love that. Okay, anyways. I also want to, oh my gosh, can we please, can we please talk about Florence Pugh's look? In the sense that, does it not make you think of that girl? She's trending right now. This is the video I'm talking about.
If you kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
Oh, that's no.
In the sense that, no. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm saying
there's
that...
more job.
It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. That was really funny to me. That was really funny to me. Okay. Now, hot topic. Hot topic that we're going to end off with. I recently have been seeing some TikToks and some social media posts of multiple boys. Oh, damn. There's 3 of them. Well, no, his was late early. No, I'm going to say 3 guys. There's been 3 guys that I used to like and it just didn't work out, or like it didn't work out, you know? And I'm over them, but then I keep seeing this crap from them. But the topic is seeing boys succeed after things don't work out between us. Or it's just like boys I used to like and like they're doing better. Damn, I don't want, it's kind of like that whole topic where it's like you see them doing physically better, like seeing their workout progress, and like I was saying, how it like motivates me. That's one thing I do like, but it's also something I hate, because it's like I don't want to see you doing better. It's like that one, I think it was a poem, where it's like, I want you to succeed at everything in life, and I hope I don't have to see any of it. I want you to have the best life ever. I want you to have so many good things happening. I want you to be blessed in every way you can think of, but I hope I don't get to see any of it, because it will just hurt too much. That's kind of half of it for like 2 of these, really for one of these guys, because one of these guys I was actually friends with and like considerably close with. Not like, yes, like we know everything about each other, but we were really good friends. The other 2, they're more just like I liked them a lot. Well, okay, really, one of them was just like I liked them a little and it just didn't work out. But now that I'm seeing them, the one that I'm talking about that I was like I liked them like for like a month and then it just didn't work out, he's the one that has a girlfriend, and she's so beautiful and aesthetic. I literally posted, I saw it a year ago today, I saw a video of me being like, because she went to high school with us, y'all know this girl, like everyone knows her because we went to high school together. I love her Instagram. Like if I had to pick anybody to have a goal, or just like someone I enjoy looking at their Instagram and I'm like, yes, I want my feed to be like that, or my whatever, it was her. And she's so aesthetic, and she's so pretty, and she's so smart. And this bum is with her? What? And I know it's kind of hypocritical because I liked him. I thought he was like one of the like more attractive men. Why do I keep saying men? They're literally underage. Wait, are they? Well, they just don't act like men, in my opinion. But this boy, I liked him a good amount for a little bit. But I also liked him the least out of all the other guys I'm going to mention. But he's with this girl, and I've been seeing them online, like, together, and it makes me mad. I'm like, you don't deserve her! And then, okay, so half of me is like, you don't deserve her because she reminds me of me. And if you don't get to have me, you don't get to have her. And I just remember him being such like a bum and so lazy and showing the least amount of effort. That was one of the reasons I like stopped liking him and all this stuff. But also he was kind of like a rebound, like I have to admit. But anyways, I'm seeing it and I'm like, you don't deserve her. If you're acting the way you did with me whenever we were kind of talking, we weren't even talking, but when we were kind of talking, why? I don't know. Maybe he's changed, or maybe he really does like her. She's also white. I talked about this on my private story like a month or 2 ago, where I was like, oh, she's white, or like, oh, your new girl's white. Oh, so you could have just said you liked white girls and you didn't like me. Oh, so you could have just said you didn't like some ethnicity, some spice. Okay, no, I'm just joking. I literally really I have a trend of liking white boys, so I can't really say anything. But when I find that out, where it's like a guy is with the white girl now, or like the guy, the ones that I know he did like, or I know he finds, like, his type are white, I'm like, damn, well, there was never a chance for us, so, like, I don't really care. It makes me get over it so fast. Because I'm like, oh, you never liked me because I'm not white. Oh, okay. That's how it was. And so that's another half of the situation. But then a mini part of it is jealousy, just because I'm like of the girl, because I'm like, well, I wanted him at one point, and you get to have him. Like, what the hell? But that's also just me being lonely. Like, if I had a man, I would not be thinking about any of this. If I was a perfect human being who didn't worry about anything, who didn't reflect on the past, then, whatever. I don't care that much, but it's just something I wanted to talk about, because it's like, I don't want you to be happy. I don't want to see you being happy, because I'll feel emotions, and I'll be distracted about the good things going on in my life. There's so many things I have going for me, and now I'm thinking about you with your new little girlfriend who's too good for you. Anyways, part of me's like, oh, you can do better, but then she also looks really happy, so good for them. But the second guy it really didn't work out. We were friends, but then, okay, too much information. We're not friends anymore. I'm not really talking to any of these. No, I'm saying not really. I do not talk to these boys anymore. I do not. Not that we're, like, not on speaking terms, but, like, we just didn't work out. We're not really friends anymore. They moved. One of them's too much information. I'm giving you all two. Anyways, the second guy, we're just not friends anymore. We don't talk. It didn't really end the best way. Anyways, so I've seen him doing good in life, or like, I don't want to get too much information! He just looks good, okay? He just looks good! And I'm pissed. But you know what's funny? I'll show people and be like, oh, look. Like, I showed my mom and she was like, ew. Like, why are you worrying about that? And I'm like, oh. She just clocked me back to reality. I just got clocked back to reality by my mother. But then I'm also like, well, her type isn't my type, and he is my type. No, I'm just joking. I'm just jealous. Like, why is he looking so good? But it's also I need to chill, because it's also a few pictures in one video that I saw of him where I was like, damn, bro, why are you looking damn. I'm just jealous because I want to be doing better. But I also want, like I was saying, I want them to do great. I can't see it, because then I'll be mad. I remember recording myself being like, why? But then the third guy, he's the guy that I had the fattest crush on in high school. I'm not going to say what year, not going to give too many specifics, but I was very much infatuated with him. We talked like once or twice. I'm not even kidding. It was so sad. It was really just obsession and just craziness from a little high school girl. It was bad. It was, Anyways, I rarely think about him anymore, but I don't really think about him at all, because he doesn't post a lot. I'm not friends. We don't have any, well, actually we do have a lot of mutuals, but, like, I'm not close to those mutuals anymore. And he's, I don't see him on, anyways, he's not in my view. Like, I'm just trying to say that I don't think about him. He doesn't pop up in my mind anymore. It's not that bad anymore. I'm doing fine. It's also been 2-3 years later. Anyways, I had the urge to look at his tag post, and I did. I fell into the temptation. Whatever, it's not that bad. I'm just looking at his tag post. And of course, he hadn't had a new tag post since, like, my senior year. That was his last tag post. Like, I hadn't looked in so long. 1, because I'm over him. Well, yeah, I'm over him. We don't even talk. I'm gonna say I'm over him. 2, because he never has any. And 3, because his profile picture is bad. And it's recent. So I was like, so it's not like he's glowing up or anything. And then I look. Guess who grew their hair out? They're catching on. They're reading the secrets. They're reading the diaries. They know what to do now. They know. Who told them? Who told them growing their hair out was the right move? Ugh. I feel like Nick Avocado, where he's like, he's like banging his passenger seat. Anyways, damn, I'm like, why do you look so good? Cut your hair so I can not find you attractive. Ugh. But that's how you know it was just a little bitty crush. They cut their hair and you're like, ow. Because the guy that I was like, why do you look so good? And then the guy I'm talking about right now, literally they just grew their hair out. And now I'm like, oh damn, you look good. But when they cut their hair like not too long ago, I was like, yeah, I don't like you anymore. That's so bad. Anyways, I just don't want them to. Well, the third one, I don't really care if he looks better than me because he's just so fine. He's always gonna look better than me, and he doesn't really care. It's not like we have bad blood between us. We didn't talk. But the first two I mentioned, they were assholes in multiple situations of our little relationship. Yeah. Anyways, this episode is probably like an hour long now, or like 50 minutes. Song of the week, "Look for the Light" by Meryl Streep. She sings in it, and then some other girl sings in it, but it's from the show Only Murders.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night.
Voice is just so... It's just like chocolate. It's just like chocolate fountain. That's her voice. Okay, I don't really know how to explain that. It's just so like creamy and just soft, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's pure. Look for me. Gotta have some context. I think there's a musical. I don't know. But it popped up on my Discover Weekly a few months ago, and popping that song like it's drugs. Popping that song. Ugh. Again. It's so good. Meryl Streep just, yeah. Anyways, add that to your playlist. I can't promote it like I was the last episode's song because she was kind of underground. And everybody listens to Meryl Streep. But this is kind of like, who the heck is going to look for Only Murders in the Building songs, you know? So, just wanted to share that with y'all if y'all haven't seen it. This has gone on too many hours long. I need to go to the gym and be stronger than the men that I used to have feelings for. Damn. And I kind of brought this up how it's hard because when you don't have any crushes right now and you easily... like, it's just it's kind of like an escape. Liking boys, it's fun, it's emotional, it's intriguing, you never know what's gonna come next, you never know what they're gonna do because you're not the one in control, especially if they're hard to get or if they just don't like you back. Hey, raise your hand if they never liked you back. Hey, raise your hand. I don't know, God's time. Hey, I heard the longer you wait, the handsomer they are. If you can't see, I'm rubbing my hands together. Anyways, yeah, like last episode I mentioned how it can get kind of hard because when you don't have a crush, you just kind of reminisce on old crushes. And it's like, I don't even like them anymore! That was like months, years ago! What am I doing? And they're butt ugly! No, I'm just joking. Like I just said, they all look really good right now. Except for the one with the girlfriend. He's like, especially since he has a girlfriend, it's just like, I don't care that it's him. I just care that he's in that situation where he's in a relationship and I'm not. Like I said, if I had a man, I wouldn't be worrying about any of this. But I'm not going to be, like, depending on that. There's other things in my life that are better than... I need a boyfriend. Not saying I don't want one. Hey! Not saying I don't want one. Anyways, yeah, like I said, in God's time. Today was fun. I know it was a lot. because I was moving from place to place. But safety first, I had to leave the park. And damn, yeah, this is time to wrap up because these earbuds are itching my ear. Okay. Ah, damn, I didn't get a thumbnail. I suck at that. That's why the past thumbnails have just been horrid. They've been kind of crazy. Anyways. Okay, love you, bye.